What is up, guys? It's your boy Brandon Groce. Let me get a sip real quick. Thirsty. What I want to talk about today is my backstory and what got me interested. And it's really weird. I didn't start out as a designer. I actually started out as a artist. In school, I loved ink. I actually wanted to be a tattoo artist when I started. And I would always draw. I would be always the guy in class, you know, drawing the skulls, doing the ink. And actually, when I was like in elementary school, I sold drawing classes while the kids were waiting for the bus. Kids would always see me draw, and I would charge them $2 to learn how to draw. It kind of got boring because drawing really didn't fulfill me. It fulfilled my emotional release, but in terms of problem solving, which I love, or figuring things out, it didn't really satisfy me there. And I tried like working at NIH and working as a medical illustrator, you know, something that would facilitate my need to be extremely knowledgeable about something where I can continuously learn as well as put some creativity into it. But then I really didn't like that either. And then I just really had to go back to the drawing board and really go back to figuring out, you know, what exactly am I naturally innate at doing? Or, you know, what am I primed naturally to do? And, you know, go off that. My mom always used to tell me, when I was a little kid, we used to play this game called Memory. If you guys don't know what Memory is a game where it's basically it's a memory game. All these cards are face up at first. You mix them around, then you flip them back over, and you basically have to match the You basically have to match the pairs. Each person gets a turn picking a card, and you basically just have to match. It's a matching game, and it requires discovery. And, you know, thinking about this story, I would always win this game. I would tear my parents and my brother up, or whoever I played, is because my strategy was, you don't just willy-nilly pick cards up. My strategy was, or you never flip the same card over twice. I would look at each one of my turns, I would flip over one card to discover more of basically the map of cards I was dealing with. And when I did that, my parents would always be confused. They'd be like, why are you flipping over random cards? Because I've seen, it was just confusing to them that I would flip over two cards and then flip over and do another different two cards. And then he'd be like, well, you just saw the acorn and you know the other acorn is there. Why don't you flip them both over? But in my head it was just like, no, my turns are wasted if I don't see the whole board first. Because once I have the mental image in my head of where everything is, I'm going to win. And I just have, you know, that's how I went about the game. Discovery and then attack. And with that, like, type thinking, I went back to that and I was just like, you know, those are my innate abilities. What in the field of art or design will work for me? And that's why I was, you know, drawn to not only UI and UX and just building and solving problems, is because like I was drawn to problem solving, and I loved art, and it was just a very smooth transition into being able to solve problems in a medium that I really cared for. So that's really how I got into UX. It wasn't through school, it wasn't through someone telling me about it. It was more so of, I love digital medium, I love problem solving, and here's UX and here's UI. It was very almost a non-linear, it was, you know, my career. First it was like illustrator, want to be a tattoo artist, then medical illustrator, then doing work for startups and small businesses for design, and then finally UX and design at my current agency and as with my own business. And it's you know, that's the thing. It's not like static. I've been putting my my feet into the social media waters and being able to problem solve how to grow on Instagram or social medias quickly. It's very almost sobering to me. It's another problem to solve. So you know, those are the things I'm attracted to. Anything that requires a problem, anything that requires connecting of multiple dots and then condensing that information to basically get a specific goal reached, that's what I love. You know, there's a whole bunch of things you have to figure out in UX, you know, people, behavior, our clients' goals. And then we have to condense that together, figure out a solution that fits all three, and then execute and create something that facilitates all those points. Same thing with social media. Same thing with anything problem related. And you know, that's just how I get into the things that I get into. I know what I'm innately great at, which is discovery. That's my story of discovery when I was younger and playing the memory game with my family. That's something I know I have very good skills at, and that's something that showed even when I was a kid. And that's something that I've doubled down on because I know I can download information very quickly, get a whole bunch of different data points, bring it all together from different disciplines, and then execute very quickly to get the result that I want or my clients want, etc. So guys, that is my up and coming or my career story. Very non-linear, but the reason I'm doing this video is just because my arms are getting tired. But the reason I'm doing this video is, you know, I keep getting a lot of questions online, on Instagram mostly. You know, how did I get started in design? Or people ask me, you know, I'm now just trying to get in design. Or just like asking how I got into it. And you know, I just want to do a wholesome video of like how I got into it, where I started, because where I am now, I never started as a designer. I started as an artist. I started wanting to do skull tattoos on people. And if you actually YouTube my older channel, you can see the stuff that I was drawing. So just a quick video, guys. I just wanted to talk about you know, a couple things, like really know what you're good at, know what your innately your superpowers are, double down on those, and then once you have that core understanding of what you're innately good at, you will be able to pull that understanding into anything you do. For example, like I said, it was illustration, then design, UX, and now social media. And it's all based around that core ability that I have to discover. So anyway, guys, food for thought. I will be absent. I won't be absent, but I'm going to be at a wedding this weekend for the next 3 days. So I have some videos from there. It'll be almost vlog style. So look out for that. Anyway, guys, Brandon Groce, self-taught designer, out.